Today's card is a Stargate card. I don't do a lot of Stargate cards, and even if I did, I don't know if I go through the motions with the Stargate card. Let me just bring it down a bit. So here is Daniel Jackson, stuck in the these were little buggy robots that gradually became their own civilization. It was a real cool beat with Stargate. And there's so much Stargate out, and there's plenty of Trek too, right? But I didn't start with Stargate when I was 5 years old, unlike Trek. But once every decade, that's how it's going now. I'll watch all the Stargates. We'll do a whole, and that was last summer for me and my wife. We did the whole run of Stargate. So this is Daniel Jackson with the buggy spider folks. That was an awesome beat. I think that was the greatest beat in the Stargate show. So you had these, and they began as a toy, like a child's toy, and then they gradually took on, they became self-aware, and they multiplied, and they brought themselves back together. So a lot of Borgy type elements to them. And then they took over an entire planet, and I think the planet, they put some kind of time warp thing around it. So, and you could see this happen in a couple of beats in Star Trek Voyager and in the Orville, where Kelly lands on a planet and becomes one of their gods, but the planet is in a field and time goes faster. These guys were like that too when they landed in some planet. And for the life of me, I don't remember how that ended. A lot of stuff with the Stargate just ends somewhat anticlimactically, so it would seem. But that's it. So I don't know what was happening in Reckoning. Daniel Jackson really rocked those 90s frames a lot. And I think we all, those are coming back. I think I've seen them. I own a pair, vintage from 2000. Not that big. Okay, so what happened in Reckoning Part 1? Okay, Carter and Thor modify their disruptor weapon. The Replicators, that's what they were called. The Replicators adapt, and they're always immune to things. In fact, there was another episode where Tolok, under mind control, is like they always use their Belgian-made automatic weapons. I forgot what they were called. They're real, but I forgot what the name of the weapons were. Seeking knowledge of the ancients. Dakar falls, the rebel Jaffa forces. Well, everything's going on in this episode. This must have been the end of everything. Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2, where they bring in like everything going on. You've got the Asgards and Thor. You've got the Replicators. You bring in the Jaffa forces. Oh yeah, okay. This is pretty awesome. This is an awesome two-parter. Is this where the Replicators like take over Anubis's ship and start eating away at him? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, maybe. I could be wrong. But Stargate's an awesome show. I don't think we talk about it as much as I know there's some really core Stargate fans out there that have been upset for the last 10 years because we don't have any really good Stargate. I was a big fan of Stargate Universe, and those 2 seasons, I thought that was a great show. It had a little bit of the Battlestar aesthetic, but it worked, and I enjoyed it, and I still have it on the Blu-ray, and season 2 I have on the DVD, and yes, you can stream it as well. So everybody can go enjoy their Stargate. I have plenty more to say. I'll have to really review these Stargate cards when they come around, but there's always a good time to be had with Stargate. You cannot go wrong with the Stargate, and I look forward to its return. And I think that might happen. All right. Well, another time with no trivia, but I had a good time just vamping on the Stargate. So go watch Reckoning Part 1 and 2. Maybe I'll do that myself. All right. Have a day, folks.